back live at the moment, I think. And I'm going to see if we can say that way. Okay. All right. We good. We live. All right. Want to make sure we're good to go. If you were in my stream a while ago, then you would know what I'm up to at the moment.
Mainstream media, don't want to go too hard, but I feel like we could use it just a little bit better to help our society around us.
Yes.
And not, infiltrate and try to get our children to redirect themselves about monetary values or like, political values. I mean, political and monetary is important, but let's not forget that we are all one heart, and the human condition is ultimately why I play music.
Now,
It helped me heal.
I know you love classic. Today's episode is made.
Turn on.
Today's episode is made possible by Optimum. I believe every story. I do have a special guest with us, proving that local truly is big time. I do have a special guest with us today. Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have played for us. I do have a special guest with us today. Today's episode is made possible by Optimum, where local is big time. At the EV Effect, we believe. I do have a special. Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have.
Just realized he didn't really do an actual opening for this. So. What up, YouTube chat? Sorry. What up, YouTube chat?
Today's episode
Doing some
is made
podcast editing
possible
right now.
by Optimum. I do have a special guest with us today.
So this should work fine. Bam. Yeah, what up, YouTube chat? How's everyone doing?
I do have a special guest with us today.
In Premiere, doing some podcast editing.
Kendrick is with
fun,
the
fun.
band Toil the Earth, and they have played for us.
Let's see. Got multi-cam sequence going on, you know.
I do have a special guest with us today. Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth.
Bye. Dude's cool.
Kendrick is. Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have played for us for the past 3 years.
Appreciate y'all chilling with me. Hope y'all's day is going well. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream, please.
At Evie Rocks Tyler.
That's correct.
But Kendrick isn't just the guitar player for the. But Kendrick isn't just the guitar player for the band. He's also an amazing sound guy and handles that for all the other bands, in addition to Toil the Earth while he's playing guitar. So his hat is definitely full.
Definitely full.
On the day of the concerts. But let's visit with Kendrick for a moment.
Hello, everybody out there.
But let's visit with Kendrick for a moment.
Hello, everybody out there. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
I would like to point out Kendrick and Gabby literally live in
No, what up,
Ohio
chat?
right now.
At the moment.
They drove from Ohio to Tyler, Texas, just to be here for this event.
We believe in the purpose and the message and the understanding of what it does for our community. So it's more than worth our while. We are honored to be able to do this every year for you guys.
We're humbled and just still can't believe you drove all the way across the country.
It's okay. Blessfully, I say luckily, but blessfully, I love driving, so it's all right.
Yo, what up, chat?
And there are the
How's
Buc-ee's
everyone
on.
doing today?
Man, okay, we'll talk.
Yeah, we got 13 of y'all in here. Shout out. I'm so sorry. Shout out. Appreciate y'all being here right now.
Across the country.
It's okay. Blessfully, I say luckily, but blessfully, I love driving, so it's all right.
And there are the Buc-ee's on the way.
Man,
The
okay, we'll
Buc-ee's.
talk about Buc-ee's later. Those guys, I love that place, but wow.
We actually met Kendrick and Gabby at the very first Evie Rocks Tyler concert.
Anybody else in chat? An editor as well?
We had 3 bands and 500 people. Actually, that was the year before Tool of the Earth joined us.
Yes, you guys were at Burteville Park.
Oh, sorry.
Actually met Kendrick and Gabby at the very first Evie Rocks Tyler concert. We had 3 bands and 500 people. Actually, that was the year before Tool of the Earth joined us.
Yes, you guys were at Burteville Park, I believe. Yes. We showed
Burteville
up.
Park in Tyler,
What was
Texas.
going on, and I saw all the greatness happening, and I think
Actually, that was the year before Tool of the Earth joined us.
Yes, you guys were at Burteville Park, I believe. Yes. We showed up. We realized
Oh.
we showed up. We
Oh, my
realized what the
goodness.
event
Sorry.
was going on, and I saw all the greatness happening. And I think Panic Device went on.
Yeah.
And they were the loudest, more harder to control group that you had for that event. And I remember it was a little trouble getting the sound correct, but we got it locked in. I remember that's how we met.
A little bit of a challenge.
Man, that was
And so then the
excellent.
next year was the first year where we had the opportunity to join, or for y'all to join us.
Yes, that was excellent.
How did that feel, or what was it like being a part of it as? How did that feel, or what was it like being a part of it as one of the bands?
To us personally, at that point in time, and we hadn't really played many shows. I think we had most likely have played maybe 2 shows. Our CD release, EP release. We hadn't really played many shows. I think we had most likely have played maybe 2 shows. Our CD release,
I feel like it.
to us personally, at that point in time, and we hadn't really played many shows. I think we had most likely have played maybe 2 shows. Our CD release, EP release, it was a flop. And then we played a show at CRC whenever they were bringing the national bands through it for a point in time. And then we had the Evie Effect ask us to come play, and that was a turning point for us. It really was, because we were a part of something that was about the community.
Yo, Ein, what's good, brother? Sorry, I'm just saying.
Love and light forward,
Yeah.
So it
What's
definitely
good,
made
my
a
boy?
difference for us,
Well, we certainly.
and moving love and light forward,
Yeah.
So it definitely made a difference for us,
Well, we certainly, y'all have been a blessing. Or just fun to watch the last couple of years. And
Thank you.
I think we have a few years. And
Thank you.
I think we have a few tricks up our sleeve planned for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, a few.
For tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, a few backflips maybe. I don't know. No, some definitely awesome artists that you have coming through. Ho James, they've been on the bill since the beginning,
Yeah,
right?
since the very
Yeah,
beginning.
I'd love those guys. The great spirits. Every time I run sound for them, they've been nothing but loving, positive. Easy going.
Yeah.
People. Easy going.
Now,
No, I appreciate you stopping in, bro. Appreciate all the support you always give, my dude. Speaking of support, yo, Shout out to the sponsor, 116 Nutrition. No, I got to go get my tea, boy.
Easy going.
Yeah.
People. Easy going.
Now, I do want to talk about one thing.
Yes.
A couple of years ago was when you very first joined us.
Mhm.
The end of the night,
Appreciate
after
all the
everybody
love
had
on the
left,
stream,
and it was
guys.
just the bands and us. You were sitting there and you just had this look on your face. And when I came and talked to you, you were like, I get it.
Mhm.
I see why we're. When I talked to you, you were like, I get it.
Mhm.
I see why we're doing this.
Yes.
You just expand on that.
Man, if I were to expand on that, I'd have to say, let me take it back a few years, or more than a few years. But whenever I was in high school, I felt down and out, lonely, lost, neglected. You know, didn't really feel part of this crowd or this crowd. You know, didn't understand that there were people around me that felt that way as well. You know, and whenever we did the Evie Effect that year, I saw something that we, you know, heal the people, heal the nation. You know, worry about that, and then so definitely,
Well,
you know, so definitely.
well, yeah, that was a credible moment, and been kindred spirits, brothers
Ever since, yeah.
Yeah, that was a credible moment, and been kindred spirits, brothers
Ever since, yeah. Nothing but big smiles and wide eyes every time we see each other,
Yeah.
you know? For sure.
Just you talked about your. It
Oh,
was
yes.
maybe something that in that creative outlet, that spark. It
Oh,
was
yes.
maybe something that helped you through some of those struggles.
Most definitely. It was one of the only things that I had that I could escape from my reality, you know, at the time, to find supported, because it was one thing that I could control. Mainstream media don't want to. Today, in today's society, I feel like society around us
Yes,
and not around us.
yes,
And not, you know, infiltrate and try to get our children to redirect themselves about monetary values. I mean, political and monetary is important, but let's not forget that we are all one heart, and the human condition is ultimately why I play
Yeah.
music.
Now,
It helped me heal.
I know you love classic rock.
Oh yes, of course, yes.
And had a funny conversation with Gabby. She said that you were a huge Kiss. Had a funny conversation with Gabby. She said that you were a huge Kiss fan. Which I said, of course you are, because Evie was, and that's another reason why our Evie was, and that's another reason why our families were brought together.
Yes, I do agree. I do agree, man. I've never heard Evie's voice, but every time I'm there at the event or dealing with that moment, I feel her like come up next to me and put her arm or hand on my shoulder and be like, "Thanks." You know what I mean?
Well,
I feel that every year we do it. I'm over there crying. That's why, you know. So
Wow.
yes, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and it's funny enough, my bandmate.
Wow.
So yes, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and it's funny enough, my bandmates. I hate to throw them under the bus. They might not be the biggest Kiss fans, but they got to deal with me, so they better love at least one or two songs. You know. What's your favorite Kiss song? If you don't mind me turning the questions your way.
Crazy, Crazy Nights.
Ah, nice. That is a good one.
Yeah.
I'll give you two. I, from the Elders album.
Yeah.
I believe in me. I believe in something more than you can understand.
Yeah.
I believe in me. I believe in something more than you can understand. Yeah,
Even
that's a
some of
good
the
one.
Detroit Rock City.
Oh, dude, that's my next one. I promise you.
Detroit Rock City.
Oh, dude, that's my next one. I promise you. I promise you. That's my next one. Oh, dude, that's my next one. I promise you. I promise you. That's my next one. All right, give me my third. That's my next one. All right, give me my third. Love Gun. Love Gun, dude. And honestly, sadly enough, it wasn't even Ace Frehley playing the guitars on those parts, but I still love the song completely.
I mean, you know, we took
dude. And honestly, sadly enough, it wasn't even Ace Frehley playing the guitars on those
Yeah.
parts, but I still love the song completely.
I mean,
That's just
you know, we took Evie to see that several times.
a funny story
Yeah.
enough about that. That's so awesome that you guys got to share that together.
Yeah.
Because whenever my wife and I met in California, please excuse us, people at the forum, we walked straight into a Kiss concert. We just dressed the part and we walked straight through the doors
Well,
and went and saw Kiss together. We had just known each other maybe all of a month.
oh no.
Kind of funny. So yeah, it was just one of those moments.
Now, what did you think recently? The farewell for Ozzy.
Man, oh wow. I knew I should have brought my sunglasses, man. I knew I was gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Ultimately, I am very inspired by Ozzy Osbourne's music.
Yeah.
You know, his bandmates, and even him as a person, his stands. Because most people would take.
Oh my God.
He was talking about the human condition. What Ozzy was saying.
Oh my God.
He was talking about the human condition and loving and being able to not like
He
harm each other and love
Was
each
so
other.
the
Each other and love
was
each
so
other.
the opposite. I mean, yeah, he
Yeah.
was the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
But everybody that
Love
was
each
so
other.
the opposite. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he was the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
But everybody that knew him talked about how he was such a kind-hearted,
Yes,
loving,
exactly.
family, good.
Exactly. Because, you know, me being who I am, you know, my complexion. I was raised, oh, no, that's not for you. Don't listen to that. But I loved it.
So, what did you think of Youngblood doing the tribute with Youngblood doing the Youngblood doing the tribute with Changes?
You know, it's funny enough.
Blood doing the tribute with Changes.
You know, it's funny enough. I don't keep up with modern music as strongly or as
Yeah.
consistently as I should, but it was definitely a breath of fresh air, and it was a cool reset.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a really cool reset to just see the essence or the baton, if you will,
Yeah.
like a relay race. You're running as hard as you can. You're working as hard as you can to get with this. You know, it's
I've been
all-
seeing a lot of clips, and he really, it's been a cool story to learn more about him because he is such a passionate advocate for mental health.
Oh, for sure. That's beautiful.
I mean, he really like takes time to,
That's beautiful.
I mean, he and he
Yes.
always is talking about how when he was struggling, that was his role model.
That's
And
awesome.
so, you know, he absolutely loved him, was a role. So being a part of that was just such a huge thing. Being a part of that was just such a huge thing for him.
Yes, yes, that's
And-
beautiful, man. And we need more of that in this world, like where we are in our society. We need more people of taking the reign
Yeah.
and helping the youth that are growing up the reign
Yeah.
and helping the youth that are growing up troubled mentally, you know, and like not knowing how to feel and not knowing how to be. We need more people out there that are worth looking up, helping the youth that are growing
Yeah.
of taking the reign, capable of taking the reign
Yeah.
and helping the youth. More people out there that make a little bit more focus toward that.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
speaking of that, at last year's concert, this is one of the things came up to Gabby
Oh man,
talking about how came up to Gabby and just for y'all to have such an impact on the audience.
I have an ugly cry face. I'm gonna cry.
And just for y'all to have such an impact on the audience.
I have an ugly cry.
Girl, we will rock you from
Oh man,
talking girls that came up to Gabby
oh man.
talking about how she was a role model, how they looked up to her, and just for y'all to have such an impact on the audience.
I have an ugly cry face. I'm gonna cry. That young lady is. I was about to walk
Wow.
off into the ocean. Yeah, I was in Venice Beach, California, man. I was ready to leave this realm, and I met her. And her
Wow.
name means God's able-bodied one. That
Yeah.
see her as the strength that she is, at a young age, and
She was-
she's moved.
Wow.
She really is. Possess that sense of love, man.
Well,
She really is.
to see y'all together
Oh man,
on
that's my
stage.
heart.
Give yourself some credit here, bud.
Yeah, that's my heart, man. Yeah, we try, and the whole thing with the band and how all that worked out. If I can go there,
Yeah,
if that's
yeah.
okay. That's my heart, man. Yeah, we try, and the whole thing with the band and how all that worked out. If I can go there,
Yeah,
if that's
yeah.
okay. Dean, the guitar player, Dean, the guitar player, main guitar player. I play bass guitar in Toll the Earth. But Dean, me, him, and Chewy, the drummer, we were sitting around, playing little bar gigs, cover songs here and there every once in a while. Over at the taco shop out in Flint, his sister
Taco
and
shop.
his brother-in-law owned a taco shop. We played out there a few times.
Taco.
And he was like, "Hey, man, I want to put together some songs or put together an album or something." I was like, "Well, come see me. I got a small studio. Let's make it happen. No problem." You know? By the time we started recording and tracking this and realizing that it was actually coming into something, oh, man, we need a singer. So we had this guy, this guy, and this guy. And then it was like, that's not what we're looking for. Finally, I guess I finally, softened my dome and I got a nice little knock on my head. I guess I finally, softened my dome and I got a nice little knock on my head. And God said, "How about your wife? She's got a message."
Had she walked up,
And she's got a message.
had she walked up,
And right. Well, funny enough, man, she's been very quiet and meek, very soft spoken. You know what I mean?
What up,
And
YouTube chat?
very great singer. She's never been in a rock band or an alternative band until that.
yeah,
So like that's why if you hear the first EP, the version of the songs that we have, she's more like yell singing, like rap yelling. But now, whenever you see us live with the new understanding of what we do, she's like, doing all the heavy screams and stuff. But now, whenever you see us live with the new understanding of what we do, she's like, doing all the heavy screams and stuff because she found herself. But mainly her
What up, chat?
poetic understanding, her intellect.
Yo, we're doing some podcast editing right now in Premiere Pro. Shout out to Beyond the Darkness podcast by the Evie Effect. If y'all want to go, check out their podcast, just look up Beyond the Darkness and it should pop up on all major platforms, including
But mainly
YouTube.
her poetic understanding, her intellect, and her poetic understanding is really what drives the band because her message is strong for everybody.
Excuse me.
Black, white, male, female. It doesn't matter. It's a human condition situation
yeah,
because we're all dealing with it. One hurts, the other hurts. And that's one thing we're looking at right
Appreciate
now.
y'all hanging
Especially with
out.
the world being the way it is right now, and softly speaking on this, to not push anybody away, we've got to come together.
yeah,
And it's been preached to come together.
yeah,
And it's been preached for too many years now that we have not. And
yeah.
I preached for too many years now that we have not. And
Yeah.
I'm glad to be sitting next to someone like you. You know what I mean? And then you sit next to someone like me. This is a complete different. You sit next to someone like me. This is a complete different realm that we're in these days. Imagine how it used to be back whenever you were first born. We're in these days. Imagine how it used to be back whenever you were first born.
Yeah.
And versus like what it was like whenever I was first born. But now we can sit here and talk about this stuff together.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. And that's all we want is the peace in our society and be able to love one another and give each other a chance. You see your fellow man down, pick him up.
Yeah.
You see your fellow woman need a hug or whatever, whoever. Be there for him. Be there for him.
We started teaching.
What up, Shorts chat?
Awareness class called Holding Spaces.
Hope everyone's doing fantastic
the
today.
Whole concept on that is
Please make sure to drop a like on the
teaching
stream.
people
Appreciate
in
the 5 of y'all
community how
sticking
to
around,
keep
hanging
an
out
eye
with me.
for their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers.
Yes. There for him.
We started teaching our community awareness class called Holding Spaces this year. And what the whole concept on that is teaching people in the community how to keep an eye out for their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers.
Yes.
people from
Yes.
church. So if you see somebody, to keep an eye out for their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers,
Yes.
people from
Yes.
church. So if you see some,
So, the Beyond the Darkness podcast is a podcast where the founders of the EV Effect, it's a nonprofit suicide prevention organization that, this is a podcast that they get people on and tell their stories and try to inspire and encourage people to, fight through the rougher days in life, essentially. So, yeah, that's kind of what this podcast is about. This is a gentleman that's a guitarist for one of the bands that played for the EFX Evie Rocks Tyler event. So, which is a fundraising event that they do every year.
for their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers,
Yes.
people
Yes.
from church. So if you see somebody that is showing maybe some of the signals or symptoms,
Yes.
just being there to look them in the eye and say, "Hey,
Hmm.
I see you. Let's have a conversation."
And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all it
All it
takes.
takes is somebody to be there.
And no
and-
one takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all it
All it
takes.
takes is somebody to be there.
And no one wants to feel like a meaning of a go.
Yeah.
A go like a thing of the past, neglected. You know what I mean? Nobody ultimately, if I had to talk about and my
Why did I
experience
move the
of
camera?
mental health, neglect.
Move the
was a
camera,
huge
Sky.
From my father to
Move the camera.
my friends and my classmates,
Mo-
and even
Move
when I got
B-cam.
older, and certain people not wanting.
What the frick? I was not paying attention, I guess.
Looked, at least say,
Over here.
and we need to stop neglecting one another
Switch.
and take time to at least say, "How are you?"
Switch the
Yeah.
dang
How are
camera,
you?
bro. Hey, look. Sometimes you get distracted. You know what I'm saying? I was probably looking at audio or something. Don't judge me. Yo, what up, chat? Appreciate the 11 of y'all being in here right now. We're doing some podcast editing.
Neglect, and we need to stop neglecting time to at least say, "How are you?"
Yeah.
How are you? That goes a long way. It really does.
Goes a long way,
It
brother.
really does, man.
What is this big?
Good
Well,
deal.
okay.
Hey, we can keep going. Like that. Excellent.
Well, you talked about. Well, you talked about some of the. Well, you talked about some of the ways that you felt as a child when you were struggling with mental health,
Hmm.
but then you said that you found music to be your passion.
Yes.
Do you
Yo, what
recall
up, chat?
some examples?
Hope y'all
of
having a
when
great time.
You
Great,
started
a great
to
time.
see
Hope you're having a great day today so far. Appreciate y'all joining in.
or feel, wow, this is good. This is helping me.
Yes.
This is making me feel positive about myself.
Definitely. Several different moments, may it be performance-wise, that I got an accolade at the end of playing. Somebody's like, "Wow, that was awesome! You did this, you did that." That made me
Make sure to
feel
drop a
alive.
like, drop a sub, please, if you don't mind.
You know,
We'll be going live, doing this kind of stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
whenever you'd go home or whatever, and you not feel seen, or like the one person that you want to pay attention to you isn't paying attention to you, it just makes you feel like you're locked in a closet. But as far as that goes with music and a growth moment, back to whenever Gabby and I first met, this gentleman actually, can I talk about alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate the.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate
Actually,
the fact that
Can I talk about
that he
alcohol?
asked.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This young man, I say young man, like lightly, he was the bitter beer face guy. Remember Beer to Beer?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was the guy from the commercials. I met him out on the streets in Venice Beach, California. He introduced me to Gabby. I was in my deep dump.
Yo, remember, always control S, okay? Always got to save the project. I appreciate y'all being in here right now.
California. He
How's
introduced
everyone
me to
doing?
Gabby. I was in my deep dump. Hey Kendrick, come over here. Play guitar for this girl. I had just got done crying out to the universe. Come play guitar for this girl. And I sang her a song. And if I could quickly speak some of the lyrics, it says, "Foolish I am, too accepting to man, searching for life's treasures, left here with lost hope in my hand. How pitiful You lost individual, stupid to believe love exists beyond the physical. Prepare yourself to die alone. No one's love to call your own. Why? Why must it be this way?
Man, it's got
It's like
deep
I'm
real
chasing
quick.
after something that was never even there.
Wow.
I felt this pain 100 times. There.
Wow.
I felt this pain 100 times, 1,000 times, a million times. This I swear. I walked this path 1,000 times, a million times before. Why can't I just ignore and become numb? Right?
What up, chat?
So that piece of poetry, that song, is what I sang to Gabby the first day I met her. I looked up, she was in tears. And I looked at her and I was like, I know. And that brought us close together. So
I
that's
know.
one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate y'all sticking around and hanging out for a little bit.
Other people feel that way as well. The world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. You know? Definitely the healing though from just being able to possibly be upset about something, maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to
Maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting
change
to laugh,
angle
and just
there.
get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Or punch the guitar and then all of a sudden you look back 3 minutes, 10
I did not look fantastic.
whatever. Or punch the guitar and whatever. Or punch the guitar and then all of a sudden you look back 3 minutes, 10 minutes later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time.
Dude, I love this guy. Like honestly, the way he talks is such a vibe. He's a great guitarist. Man, I wish I could have hung out with him and played some guitar with him the one day that I was down there, but you know how it goes.
It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it needs to sit, it helped me understand
What up,
how
YouTube
and
chat?
why I was feeling that way and how not to become
Appreciate y'all
the
being
pit
in here.
or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know? Yeah. That's the power of music.
How old were you when you started to kind of recognize, hey, okay, music, I actually am pretty good at this, or I feel like I could do this?
That's funny. Okay, I started playing with my dad. My dad used to play keyboard and guitar a little bit. One of the only things that we really shared together. You know what I mean? Like wholeheartedly. Later,
I'm pretty good at this, or I feel like I could do this.
that's funny. Okay, I started playing with my dad. My dad used to play keyboard and guitar a little bit. One of the only things that we really shared together. You know what I mean? Like wholeheartedly. Later on down the line, it was auto mechanics and stuff like that. You know, race cars and stuff. But music.
Very
was the thing we
cash,
shared.
race
So I
cars
was
and
about
stuff.
3 or 4 whenever I got my first drum set. Because I used
Wow.
to pull out the pots and pans like every other kid probably used to. Bang on mama's couch, wear out the couch arm. And boy, if you don't stop beating on my couch, you know, in the words of Morris Day, his mother said, we're going to have to get this little brother some drums.
Just the way he said that.
Stop beating on my couch. You know, in the words of Morris Day, his mother said, we're going to have to get this little brother some drums. You know, so that's what my parents did. You know, they got me a drum kit. And so about 4 years old, I was playing. I had keyboard
so
and guitar around me and stuff like that. So it all started very young. Now, as far as realizing the capabilities that I had and like the access and what it could do for
What up,
my life,
YouTube chat?
I had my first group that took off in high school
How are y'all
called
doing today?
Forsaken Heritage. Those of you that are out there from this town called Tyler, Texas, you know who I'm talking about. You know what it is. But anyway, Forsaken Heritage, that was my first band in high school. And that's
He said, y'all know who it is, boy.
whenever I realized that I had a gift to take music and manifest these sounds and these rhythms to where people were moved by them and affected by them, you know? And I really knew that it could be something for me. And, you know, at first I'd write random lyrics about nonsense or just like, you know, little kid stuff. But as I grew up and realized that there were people out there that felt, you know, felt a certain
Yeah.
way, I was like, okay, I want to talk about
Yeah,
feelings.
what up, chat?
Wow.
You know, and my mom has always said,
Viewers
why
of
do you
Shuffle
have to?
13. Appreciate
Why
y'all
do you have to
being
speak
here.
about
Appreciate
the
y'all
way
hanging
it
out for a
is? Why
little
can't
bit.
you just, make happy, positive music? I'm like, I do make happy, positive music, bro.
It's not a phase, mom.
A certain
Yeah.
way. I was like, okay, I want to talk about feelings.
Wow.
And my mom has always said, why do you have to speak about the way it is? Why can't you just, make happy, positive music? I'm like, I do make happy, positive music, but the whole thing is that I know deep in my heart, I'm not the only one out there that's going through something. So maybe my something that I'm going through might help somebody else not let go.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I speak how I truly feel in my music. I've had plenty of people ask me not to. Don't sing on this song. Don't say that.
How many times have you been sitting in an audience at a concert and you heard the band play something?
Oh, sorry.
Don't sing on this song. Don't
But
say that.
How many times have you been sitting in an audience at a concert and you heard the band play something and you were like, I needed to hear that. That was for me. I know what he's feeling.
Exactly.
And so you build that connection. But for the audience, they feel that connection too because
Exactly.
their feelings have just been validated by the song that you're singing.
Exactly, man. Panic Device. Let me go here real quick. Panic Device. They used to do EV Rocks. Hopefully they'll come on. Hopefully they'll come back onto the lineup, man. Great guys, great dudes, excellent songwriters, great show, funny, good people. Long story short, they have a song "Burn It Down."
Yeah.
I watch you burn it all down.
Yeah.
Right.
Whenever I first heard them play that, it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it and I've lived it.
That's where it
Something
needs
that
to be.
you've put so much time and effort
Sorry,
into
chat.
and love behind,
Had
and
to
all of a sudden, somebody just loses hope.
Yeah.
notice something weird with the stream.
Yeah.
EV Rocks. Hopefully they'll
Yeah.
come on. Hopefully they'll come back onto the lineup, man. Great guys, great dudes, excellent songwriters, great show, funny, good people. Long story short, they have a song "Burn It Down."
Yeah.
I watch you burn it all down.
Yeah.
Whenever I first heard them play that, it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it and I've lived it. Like something that you've put so much time and effort into and love behind. And all of a sudden, somebody just loses hope.
Yeah.
And they just want to let it burn to waste. It's like, that touched me.
Appreciate the Twitch follow.
Definitely, man. But overall, somebody just loses hope.
Yeah.
And they just want to let it burn to waste. It's like, that touched me. Definitely, man. But overall, definitely, man. But overall, thank you for being. Thank you guys for being you. Thank you and your lovely wife Jess for being you. Thank you for understanding the deeper meaning of what humanity needs. Thank you.
We're blessed to have you. And
thank you.
We're blessed to have you and
Brother.
Gabby and Toil the Earth with us on this road.
Glad to be.
We're blessed to have you and
Brother.
Gabby and Toil the Earth with us on this road.
Glad to be here, man. I think the name Toil the Earth kind of sits strong with EV Effect.
Twirl the Earth, dude. That's a pretty sick name actually for a band. Not gonna lie. Yeah, what up, YouTube chat? Appreciate y'all being here. Please be sure to drop a like, drop a sub. If you haven't already. Appreciate y'all very much. Boom.
I think the name Toil the Earth kind of sits strong with EV Effect, because we're all toiling just a little bit,
I do have.
Because we're all toiling just a little bit,
I do have a gift for you.
Just a little bit,
I do have a gift for you.
Oh, I like
As
gifts.
being a part.
I like
As
gifts.
being a part.
What is this here? Oh, brother.
Gotta stay hydrated for the show.
Brother, hydrate or dihydrate is what I've been told.
Hydrated.
Oh,
for the show.
brother,
Dude, it's so
hydrate
funny.
or dihydrate is what I've been told. Hydrate or dihydrate. Dude, this is awesome. Thank you. I needed this. I really
You're
did.
so welcome.
I needed this. But it's gonna, man, Your energy's all over this too, man. That's loving energy. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Lock you
Well,
in. I don't wanna
alrighty.
leave you hanging.
I'll have to cut. I'll have to cut that out.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you so much. Man, your energy's all over this too. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
That was just like a.
Wrap for
Just left him hanging, bro.
Thank you so much. So much.
Let's see if we can.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
That is a wrap for
Thank you so much.
That is a wrap for today's episode. We hope that you enjoyed hearing from Kendrick and that his story brought a little encouragement, little hope, and a smile, and definitely a laugh. That is a wrap for today's episode.
That's a wrap for today.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
That is a wrap for.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't know why it doesn't like to work.
That is a wrap for today's episode. We certainly want to say thank
Well,
you to Kendrick for sharing his experiences. We hope that it brought you a little hope, a little encouragement, a smile, because as we say at Beyond the Darkness, there is hope in every story. And so we also want to thank Optimum for.
No, we don't want to thank Optimum.
Merge the two to make
Editing mask.
For this and allowing us to make an impact beyond our local community. You can merge the two. Is hope in every story. Today's episode is made possible by Optimum, making us make an impact beyond, and that his story brought a little encouragement, little hope, and a smile, and definitely a laugh or two.
I need to tell my man to look at the camera.
So much.
That is a.
It's totally my fault though, as a director.
That is a
not
wrap
noticing.
for today's episode. We hope that you enjoyed.
Yo, what up,
hearing
chat?
from
Appreciate y'all
Kendrick
being here.
And that his story. We hope that you enjoyed hearing from Kendrick and that his story brought a little encouragement. We hope that you enjoyed hearing from Kendrick and that his story brought a little encouragement, little hope, and a smile. Encouragement, and that his story brought a little encouragement, little hope,
And some laughter. Maybe, hopefully, ideally. Boom.
and a smile, and definitely a laugh or two. Today's episode is a wrap for this. We hope that it brought you a little hope, a little encouragement, a smile, because as we say at Beyond is hope in every story.
Okay.
That is a wrap for today's episode. Thank you to Kendrick for sharing his experiences.
Honestly,
Smile, and definitely, and that his story brought a little. That is a wrap.
Thank you.
Yo, what up, chat? Appreciate you being here.
So much.
That is a wrap for that. that is a wrap for today's episode. We certainly want to say thank you to Kendrick for sharing his experiences. We hope that it brought you a little hope, a little encouragement, a smile, because as we say at Beyond the Darkness, there is hope in every story.
And that's it. Done. It's a wrap. All right. You ever stretch so hard it makes you cough? My goodness. Okay. Beautiful part, and just copy pasta for the most part. Need to adjust a cam a little bit. What up, chats? Yes. Going through doing some color grading right now. So I thought I copied and pasted all. I did not. So, bam. Let's see. What up, chat? Doing a little bit of editing right now. Trying to figure out. So I need less. Wait, no. Copy. Paste. Okay. There we go. Wait, no. I'm so confused. Just have audio. Okay. I'm going to. Not that much. Just a little bit. Okay, that's much better. Yes. Muy bueno. Okay. Brody liked my story. Appreciate you, Brody. Okay. Now it's time for the easy parts. We got, oh, well, I guess not necessarily the easy part, because oh, let me turn this down.
Welcome to Beyond the Darkness, where we're finding.
I don't know what happened to that one. But I'm going over here. Go ahead and get all this copied and pasted. Put the end of this bad boy.
At Beyond the Darkness, there is hope in every story. At Beyond the Darkness, there is hope in every story.
Okay. Yeah, what up, YouTube chat? Appreciate y'all hanging out. Doing some editing, some podcast editing. Working on intro transition into the beginning of this episode right now. Beyond the Darkness podcast, fantastic podcast. You should give it a listen for sure. And, match this. There we go.
I do.
I need to random number. Don't know who you are. Spam call. Okay.
I do have a special guest with us today, Kendrick. I do have a special.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, what up? What up, YouTube? Doing some editing. How are y'all doing? Yeah.
I do have a special guest with
Beautiful.
us today.
BEA beautiful. He didn't do a proper intro, so that's fine.
I do have a special guest with us today. Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have played for.
I don't know this guy's last name actually. I need to.
I do have.
This is what I'm looking for.
Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth.
Don't know what his last name is at the moment. Swirl the Earth. Guitarist. I think that's how you spell it. Oh, sorry. I gotta make a texty text real quick. All right. Sorry about that, chat. Had to see about getting some information. Oh, Brown. Brown. Perfect. Look at that. Bada bing. Love an instant reply. Toil the earth, guitars. Yep. Looks and sounds good.
I do have a special guest with us today. Kendrick is.
Okay. I heard a little audio pop, so we're gonna come in here, add a quick transition. Because that's just what it'd be like.
Kendrick is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have played for
What up,
us
YouTube chat?
for
Appreciate
the
y'all
past
swinging
3
by.
years at Evie Rocks Tyler.
That's correct.
But Kendrick isn't just the guitar player for
He's not
the
just a
band.
guitar player, guys. No, dude, for real though, this is a really great episode. I'm super excited for this to go live, man. He does a fantastic job during this interview.
Is with the band Toil the Earth, and they have played for us.
Bam, I want to keep it there. All right. So now that we're done here, I need to open After Effects. Podcast intro. All right. Here. You know, I don't remember what I had as previous name. Gotta open Premiere back up real quick. I'll probably go ahead and close After Effects. You don't belong here. Co-founder, executive director. Okay. What was I doing?
But blissfully, I love driving, so it's all right.
Okay. What up, YouTube chat? Appreciate y'all swinging in today to the stream. Doing some podcast editing right now. Gotta see. Having to render out a quick. I guess I'll finish my thought. Having to render out a quick video to add to the intro for this podcast episode. Thank you. Thank you very much. Co-founder and executive director. Co-founder and executive director. Co-founder and executive director. Yeah, what up, YouTube chat? That's gonna be put back in here. Trying to remember if I had to scale this at all. Anchor points. I don't think I did. I guess we'll see. Nope, looks good. Co-founder and executive director of the effects. Um, how's that look, chat? Does that look good? Psych, I know it look good. I'm joking. Okay. Come on here. I need to replace this image. Yep. Come here. Hit the production 2. Kendrick intro. Come in here. That. There we go. So I need to move this over a little bit. Cool. Yes, sir. Looking good. All right. Now, easy part. Export this. Render queue. That's fine. Podcast intro. Kendrick Brown. With Earth. I cannot type today. Forgive me, chat. Yo, what up, chat? Appreciate y'all being here. Rendering out a podcast intro right now. Had to replace the video in the intro, obviously, with the person we are trying to have in the podcast episode. Taking a look at my stream, make sure we're good to go. Make sure we ain't dropping nothing nowhere. Looking good though, so yay. Well, chat, appreciate you for being here. Exporting an intro right now. Wish I could do something else on my computer, but probably catch on fire, so we're not going to do that. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I don't know what else to do while I wait, so I'll play some guitar. I'm not a pro by any means. Thank you to the other viewer. Now that it is done. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. My hip just popped and felt nice. Yo, what up, chat? I decided to put guitar up. Got the intro video done now. Let's save this. Exit. Then reopen Premiere. Okay. Now that we got Premiere back open, I go replace the intro. There we go. Why did I do that? Oh, okay. I guess I can still do that. That's fine. Bam.
I do have a special guest with us today. Kendrick is with the band Toil the
All right. And then that should be the whole episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Smile.
Oh, wait,
because,
hold on.
as
I gotta replace that video, actually. Hold on. So, like, right there. Give or take. Right. Chat, appreciate you joining me right now. Yo, is this even? No. These need to go over a little bit. Oh, no, actually. Psych. I think we're good. Okay. Bam. All right. Hey, look, 25 and a half minutes. That's not bad. Not too shabby at all. And now we get to take this and make it into a short form project. Yes, sir. So we come in here. That's not where we want to go. Auto frame resequence. Yo, what's up, chat? Sorry, I just Just saw there's 7 of y'all in here chilling with me. Appreciate you. Doing some podcast editing. About to do some short form. You know, the auto reframe sequence in this app really is not that good. I gotta be honest.
I mean, you know, we took Evie to see that several times.
A funny story
Yeah.
enough about that. That's so awesome that you guys got to share that together.
Yeah.
Got to share that. Bye. Oh crap, man.
Me, but I can control the music that comes out of me, and I maybe not wanting to laugh and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not only my own internal.
Let's see.
Why must it be this way? It's like I'm chasing after something that was never even there. Felt this pain 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. This I swear. I walked this path 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times before. The day I met her, I looked up. She was in tears, and that brought us close together. So that's one of those moments that
What
I
up, chat?
realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me. And that brought us close together. So that's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal. Not so it's one of those moments. So that's one of those.
You start like right there.
That's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. You know. Definitely the healing though from just being able to possibly be upset about something. Maybe not. Definitely the
This is gonna be a really good clip, I think.
healing though from just being able to possibly be upset about something. Maybe not wanting to smile. Maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean, or
Yeah.
whatever, or punch the guitar and. And then all of a sudden, you look back 3 minutes, 10 minutes later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time. It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said,
Yes, sir.
I can't control those around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me.
Banger. That's all I had to hear, brother. Yo, what's up, chat? Appreciate all 13 of y'all being in here right now. Sure appreciate you. Throwing down some short form editing right now on this podcast.
The healing, though, from just being
He's talking about the healing and the therapy that is from him playing music. So it's a very powerful message for
healing,
sure,
though,
man.
from just being able to possibly be upset about something. Maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean? I feel that way as well. Not only my own internal, and that brought us close together. So that's one of those moments that I realized that music was. It's one of those moments. That's one of. That's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external, and that brought us close together. So that's one of the. That's one of.
Okay.
That's one.
It's one of those moments, man.
that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. You know.
I can't do that. No, frick. Ah.
Well, definitely the heat that way as well. As well. You know. Definitely the heat that way as well. Well, definitely the healing though that way as well. Way as well. The healing though from just the healing. The healing, though, other people feel that way. I mean, the world around me,
Yeah.
other people feel that way as well. The healing, though, from just being able to possibly be upset about something, maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever, or punch the guitar and and then all of a sudden you look back 3 minutes, 10 minutes later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time. It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the chest.
Yeah.
You know, helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me. All that I loved. Like I said, the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it needs to sit, it helped me understand how and why I was feeling that way, and how not to become in a pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
Brother, look at that. Exactly 60. That is wild. You love to see that. Yo, what up, chat? Appreciate y'all being here, hanging out.
Pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know? Pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
Yeah, that's a banger of a line right there, boy. It's gonna be a great short. I already feel it now. Actually, I need to. That's not the one I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. This is the one I'm looking for. Hmm. Sorry, I'm looking for. I'm looking for. I did like a specific outro. Oh, it's right here. Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense. I was like, man, it looks so good. I want to make sure to use it. Copy. Yo, what up, chat? Make sure to drop a like, drop a sub. Appreciate y'all being here, hanging out.
You know?
Featured guest. Let me change this to a third. New. Should be new. Next featured guest. This week's guest. Guest? Question mark? No. I don't know. Around. Boom. Okay.
You know?
Let's see if there's a few seconds I can cut from this. Just 1 second. Yeah, I can do that.
Music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection.
Need to.
reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. The healing world around me.
Yeah.
Other people.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. The healing, though, from just being able to possibly be upset about something. The healing, though,
What up,
from
YouTube
just
chat?
being able to possibly be upset about something, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute. Later, and you got a little song talking about how. Later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time. It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape.
What up, YouTube chat?
You know, that was the. That was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control.
For anyone wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to cut down about a second and a half worth of the podcast, or this little teaser video. That way, it's under 60 seconds or at 60 seconds.
But I can control them around me. But I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it comes out of me.
The struggles of trying to be specific with that's how social media works. You gotta be very specific about things.
I can't control those around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it needs to sit, it helped me understand how and why I was feeling that way and how not.
What up, YouTube chat?
And how not.
And how not to do it again.
And how not to become in a pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
Six frames.
Out of the pit, you know?
Or do I have just enough? Boom. And that's what I'll do.
Pit, you know? Or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know? It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control them.
You know what up, YouTube chat? Appreciate y'all swinging by, hanging out with me. Doing some podcast editing right now. Doing a short form right now, actually, I should say.
Way to heal not only my own internal together. So that's one of those moments that I really, that's one of those moments. That's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control what brought us close together. So that's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection. That's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. The healing, though, from just being able to possibly be upset about something, maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever, or punch the guitar and and then all of a sudden you look back 3 minutes, 10 minutes later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time. It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it needs to sit, it helped me understand how and why I was feeling that way and how not to become in a pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
Nice. All right. I need this. I need this. Oh. Just copy and paste this. What am I doing here?
And why I was feeling that. Or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
I don't know what's happening. There we go. Figured it out, guys. Yeah, it looks dope.
Moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that.
All right. Go ahead and save this. It's episode 6. Brown. Boom. Export. Ow. Hello, Chefy things. All right. Let's check that.
That's one of those moments that I realized that music was my way to heal not only my own internal reflection, if that makes any sense, to like the external that's outside of me, the world around me.
Yeah.
Other people feel that way as well. The healing, though, from just being able to possibly be upset about something, maybe not wanting to smile, maybe not wanting to laugh, and just get over there and bang out an A chord for a minute, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever, or punch the guitar and and then all of a sudden you look back 3 minutes, 10 minutes later, and you got a little song talking about how you felt at that point in time. It helped me express myself. It helped me get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You know, that was the escape of it all that I loved. Like I said, I can't control those
So-
around me, but I can control the music that comes out of me. And after it's created and it's actually sitting where it needs to sit, it helped me understand how and why I was feeling that way and how not to become in a pit or
Yeah.
lift myself out of the pit, you know?
I feel like the color needs adjusted just slightly, but I don't have to do that now. Boom. Save all this. Make sure this is good to go. Yep. Shite. Corey, why? Yeah, why did I do the intro with Jessica? I'm dumb. Why would I do such a thing? That's okay though. That's okay. I can fix that here in a second. I will go ahead and exit out of these. I'll probably keep this open. Cause guess what? So I'm starting a new sequence for another episode. We're just batch editing episodes here, really. Build Darkness, episode 8. We already edited episode 7 technically. So we'll undo this episode. Change sequence settings. And we're starting from the beginning, so we'll start with audio. Looking for 420. No, cancel. 23 minutes is what we're looking for. Yep, this is her. All right. Drag and drop audio in. Select everything. Synchronize. Unlink. Move these up. And with that, clean up noisy dialogue. So look, we're rocking and rolling, man. We're rocking and rolling. Now, Nest. What do I say? Multi-cam BD app 8. Multi-cam enable. And we rocking and rolling again, baby. Rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling.
Like Compassionate Friends, that kind of thing. And then I got connected with the local Compassionate Friends. And I did that pretty quickly after I lost him. It felt like I was different. It wasn't it was different because I had lost a child.
Mhm.
So I wanted to be around likewise people because they would understand and I didn't have to tell my story. I didn't have to
Right.
say anything. I could just show up and they knew. And so that's why I quick.
Welcome to Beyond the Darkness. I'm your host today. Welcome to Beyond. Welcome to Beyond the Darkness. I'm your host today, Jessica Domingos from the EV Effect. And we're here today with my good friend Heather Span, who also happens to be on the EV Effect board.
Hey.
Thank you for my good friend Heather. Welcome to Beyond the Darkness. I'm your host today, Jessica Domingos from the EV Effect. And we're here today with my good friend Heather Span, who also happens to be on the EV Effect board.
Hey.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Today's episode was made possible by Optimum.
Nope. Delete it.
Absolutely.
Big time. So Heather.
So
Thank you for being here.
absolutely.
So Heather.
So Heather.
So Heather.
So Jess.
So Heather. So Heather.
So Jess.
I'm really glad you came on today. I've wanted to have you on for a while. I'm really glad you came on today. I've wanted to have you on for a while. We have lots of parallels in our life, shared loss, and I think we met, has it been 3.5, 4 years ago?
I think close to 4.
4? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
not too long after we moved here to Tyler.
Right. Y'all were still painting rocks back then.
Back in here to Tyler.
Right. Y'all were still painting rocks back then.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Things sure have shifted.
They have.
Well, if that's the case, it would have had to be longer than that because EV Effect has been in effect. It would have had to be longer than that because EV Effect has been in effect for 5 years.
Right.
So it'd have to be longer than that because Tanner's been gone almost 10 years.
Right. We moved here. It will be 5 years in November.
Okay, so pretty close to when y'all moved here.
Yeah, not too far after that because we got connected with the Children's Park of Tyler that next year. So that was 2021.
Mm-hmm. That's when it was.
Yeah. And
Yo, what up, YouTube chat? Appreciate y'all swinging by, hanging out a little bit. Doing some podcast editing. Drop some comments, man. Excuse me. Man, I'm tired. Drop some comments. Get the conversation going, guys. Come on. Come on. Well, that's, I don't know, I'm trying to adjust. All right. See, now the microphone's more directly in the face. Okay.
far after that because we got connected with the Children's Park of Tyler that next year. So that was 2021.
Mm-hmm. That's when it was.
Yeah. And fun fact, we both used to facilitate the same grief support group.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, we both used to facilitate the same grief support group at the Children's Park at different times.
Absolutely.
So I kept hearing about you and was like, who is this Heather? Who is this Heather person about you? And was like, who is this Heather? Who is this Heather person? Like, I need to meet her. Like, I got questions to ask her about grief support and what it was like to lead this group. But yeah, and so we had the parallel of that, like you were coming before me doing things.
What up,
and then I
YouTube chat?
followed.
Appreciate y'all.
Mhm.
Stopping by, hanging
Um,
out.
I'm trying to remember exactly where we were when we met. Was it at the park?
I think it was. I think maybe it was around a time we were doing one of the runs or something like that, or the Remembrance Day, and I had come up and had questions or something, and ended up meeting you like face to face because we had talked on the phone a few times,
Yeah. I was
and
like,
you were working up
finally.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a little bit. Hope y'all stay. It's going wonderfully.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we do have shared loss. It's different loss, but you lost your son Tanner, and that was 10 years ago. How old was he?
He had just turned 16 at the end of October, and December 3rd will be 10 years that he's been gone. It was a
Wow.
tragic, unexpected, whoa, where did this come from? Loss. And turned 16 at the end of October, and December 3rd will be 10 years that he's been gone. It was a
Wow.
tragic, unexpected, whoa, where did this come from? Loss. And I can't believe that I have made it this far
Yeah.
and that I'm as good as I am, because I mean, you know what it's like. You just don't know how you're going to take another breath.
Right. And some days it's like that. Some days it's not.
Right.
And so you have to remember
What up,
when
chat?
you're having those days where it's like, man, I just can't breathe today. This is so big, that it's not that way every day,
Absolutely.
which I think is hope. You have to remember when you're having those days where it's like, man, I just can't breathe today. This is so big, that it's not that way every day,
Absolutely.
which I think is hopeful.
Yeah.
And having somebody with that shared loss is nice, because if you're having that hard day, you can say it's a hard day, and there's
Mhm.
somebody that understands.
Yeah.
Hard day, and there's
Mhm.
it's a hard day, and there's
Mhm.
somebody that understands.
Yeah. They don't understand exactly, but they understand the feeling of that loss.
Yeah. Yeah, losing a
Editing a podcast right now called Beyond the Darkness podcast. It's a great listen. Great listen.
child is man, that's a hole in your heart that never fills.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, it just doesn't ever feel back up. But that's just the love that you have for that child, I think.
Yeah, it's not replaceable, and I think you grow around that hole in your heart, as time goes by, and I think you've done a lot of things to grow from that experience and to heal, and I know it's not easy, and
It's
this is a
not
big
been at all, but I
What up, chat? Appreciate y'all sticking around for a little bit, listening to the podcast with me.
and
it's
this is a
not
big
been at all, but I feel like that I had a choice, and I didn't want to be bitter. I didn't that I had a choice, and it's
this is a
not
big
been at all, but I feel like that I had a choice, and I didn't want to be bitter. I didn't want Tanner's legacy of me to be that I was a bitter person. He brought a lot of joy. He brought a lot of adventure, and I wanted to be a representative of those things for him. And so, I found a certain lot of adventure, that would help me to be able to get to a stage where I could do that.
what's been the most helpful for you, or what are some of those things so that people know what they can do?
Um, well, there was some different things I
What up, chat? How's everyone doing today?
found online, some different support groups and stuff like that.
What are some of those things so that
Well, there was some different things I found online, some different support groups and stuff like that.
I'm not picking my nose. My mustache is itching my nose.
Like compassionate friends, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. And then I got connected with a local compassionate friends. And I did that pretty quickly after I lost him. It felt like I was different. It was different because I had lost a child.
Mhm.
So I wanted to be around likewise people, because they would understand, and I didn't have to tell my story. I didn't have to
Right.
say anything. I could just share my story. I didn't have to
Right.
say anything. I could just show up and they knew. And so that's why I quickly found the support to go locally. After that, I went to a retreat in Arkansas for the While You're Waiting
Mm-hmm.
for parents. And then for the While You're Waiting
Mm-hmm.
for parents. And then that's how it started. And then I started seeing a therapist that was trauma informed, which I had never done before in my life. And that really changed my mental health for the better. I would say now it's better than it's ever been my entire life,
What up, chat?
which is crazy after losing a son.
Yeah.
But and then I was blessed to have just different
Mm.
resources. And then I was blessed after losing a son.
Yeah.
But and then I was
You have that little bump right there.
but and then I was blessed to have just different resources come into my life.
Yo, what's up,
different
chat?
ways
Appreciate
that
y'all
I was
swinging
able
by.
to use, pick up, dive into. And it, like you said, it's not a thing to dive into. And it, like you said, it's not a thing you can just do every day. Like, hey, I'm going to go do this.
Right.
Some days you're like, hey, I'm not going to get out of the bed.
Right.
Some days you're like, hey, I'm not going to get out of the bed. I'm not
Yeah.
going to take a shower. I'm not going to brush my teeth. But
Yeah.
learning to give myself that permission, that that's okay, that that's
Yeah.
allowed, that there's not a checkbox, because that's what I wanted in the beginning, check boxes. Let me
Right.
check this box. Let me check that box so I could be done with this feeling.
You know,
And it-
grief doesn't work that way.
Absolutely not.
And you could be fine for months and then
Yo, chat. Appreciate y'all being here. Please make sure to drop a like, drop a sub if you want to, come hang out in future streams and see future videos, man.
grief doesn't work that way.
Absolutely not. And it-
Grief doesn't work that way.
Absolutely not.
And you could be fine for months and then see something hear something, and it
Smell
brings
something.
it, smell something, hear something, and it
Smell
brings
something.
it, smell something. It brings it all back. And it's never a good time when it happens. Like, there's
Absolutely not.
It's always the worst time. Like I got all these things to do. Why do I have to be feeling this way today? Time like I got all these things to do. Why do I have to be feeling this way today?
Yeah.
I love that you give yourself permission to have those days.
It was something I learned to give a permission slip to either have those days to lean into people. Permission slip to either have those days to lean into people. Not wanting to be a burden is something I struggled with when I was younger with my mental health. And learning that if I allow people to be my friends and be my listeners and lean into just them being there
What up, chat?
for me, it's not only helpful
Appreciate
for
y'all being
them,
here.
it helps things not be so heavy for me. And, that was another permission slip, is to be able to have a tribe and to lean into them, that I didn't have to carry everything alone. Another permission slip. Was another permission slip, is to be able to have a tribe and to lean into them, that I didn't have to carry everything alone.
It's such a gift to be able to help somebody sometimes.
It
And
is.
so allowing yourself to let other people do things for you is sometimes so hard. I think especially as women, because we just want to take care of everybody, and allowing yourself to be still and let somebody else do for you
It's so hard.
it can cause so much anxiety.
It's so hard.
It can cause so much anxiety. I just want to make everybody else okay. But I'm learning to say yes. I need something.
Yeah.
And it could just be going for coffee or like just meet me for lunch.
Just
Like, I don't
having somebody be with you in the moment, just a still, quiet moment, just having somebody not be, a judgmental, just having a person there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gift on both ways.
Absolutely. It's hard to be
Both ways.
Absolutely. It's hard to be vulnerable sometimes, though,
It's really hard.
especially after a child loss.
Yeah,
though,
it's really hard. And
especially after our child loss.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah, what up, chat? Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate all six of you. Rock out.
it is. Yeah, I've watched you be vulnerable. I've seen you on some hard days, and I'm just proud of how you always find your way out of that and have such a kind heart for people.
I get it. I know what it's like to struggle. I think that's what differentiates people, different people, is because if you've went through something hard, you know,
Right.
and so you have more compassion for other people's hard things.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why the EV Effect is good at what we do and why we have the people on our board that we do, because they all have big hearts for the community.
Absolutely.
And being able to be out in the community at an event and have conversations with people and hold space for them, it takes special people to do that.
Yes, I mean, and we are vulnerable when we have our events, and we are vulnerable, which in turn allows other people to be so vulnerable, and
Yeah.
us to give them the compassion that they may never get other places.
Right. I think being real and just being yourself is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after child loss for you,
Part of that.
yeah,
It's a huge part of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think after child loss for you, I don't know for you, but for me, after losing Tanner, the things in life that were important are not important anymore.
Right. And for me, my bar of things being bad is pretty high now.
Oh, absolutely.
So when people are like, "Oh, things are just so bad," I'm like, I'm. It's just something to do. For me, it's just something to do, because I didn't have to. I didn't have to see what I saw that day. I didn't have to take care of the things I had to take care of them that following week. I can handle this because I've handled the worst thing you can do.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, it's really weird to think that your bar is so high for something bad. Not to diminish
Other people's
any
stuff.
other
but
people's things or other things that happen in my life, because those are big things. They're important. But I think that experience gave me the unique ability to
When your boy sends you a photo of an updated art project he's working on, it's fire. Had to pause and react real quick. You already know. I don't know what's happening there.
stuff.
other
Other people's
any
stuff.
other
but
people's things or other things that happen in my life, because those are big things. They're important. But I think that experience gave me the unique ability to just look at things with a different eye
Absolutely.
and be like, okay, well, if I can handle that, well, surely I can figure out how to handle this, and I'm just going to figure it out. And then I may go spend a week on the couch and cry, but I'm gonna
But
fig-
I'm gonna figure this out.
figure this out.
Yeah.
And then I have people that I can say,
But I'm gonna figure this out.
figure this out.
Yeah.
And then I have people that I can say, hey, this is not, I'm just not good. Like, I just need a friend.
Mhm.
Um,
I know for me, my tribe shifted. You know, it was like I in the beginning felt like people were avoiding me, leaving me. Like it was almost like it was a contagious thing that I lost Tanner.
yeah,
And it was really hard because I felt like, why are these people that have been my friends abandoning me?
right.
And so for me, I I I feel like every single thing there's something positive out of anything that we experience. And for me, it was those people were leaving out of my life to make room for the new people that I needed in my life at the time. Because there's
Bruh. So I gotta see that thing in person, bro. I'm sick.
My life to make room for the new people that I needed in my life at the time.
What up,
Because their
chat?
season was over.
I didn't think of it that way.
Oh shoot.
Season was over.
I didn't think of it that.
Season was over.
I didn't think of it that way. I like that perspective a lot.
Because it just shifted, you know, the
Hmm.
people that they had to offer and the way they could show up for me. Because it just shifted, you know, the people that they had to offer and the way they could show up for me was different. The people that came in. So the other people's seasons was just over, and we had to make room for the new people.
I really,
The new people.
I really,
Room for the new people.
I really love that. That's really beautiful.
So
And not everybody has to be here for a lifetime.
no, everybody can have different seasons.
Yeah.
And if I look at it like that, then I don't have the thoughts and the feelings of being abandoned by people, and I don't have the feelings of being what's wrong with me, you know, what did I do wrong, and feeling those feelings. Instead, I'm just like, okay, well, their season's over. What's next?
Sometimes those people are family,
They are.
and that's hard.
It is.
It is hard when your family doesn't know how to talk to you, when you're going through
Absolutely.
something so big to you, when you're going through
Absolutely.
something so big.
Yep.
And then sometimes people could,
Yep.
and then sometimes people come alongside you and they become family.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
and that's really beautiful.
It is. And I think that that's the way sometimes it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Even our family members have seasons because they don't know how to show up. So
Yeah.
when they don't know how to show up, maybe their season's over after we experience something like child loss.
Man, I'm going to have to process that a little bit. Coming in with the deep thoughts. Coming in with the deep thoughts today.
Well, we don't know what we don't know.
We don't. And we're all just trying to make it through. We're all just trying to make it through what we're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like the EV effect is so important. We have events where, you know, we have different people with different resources show up.
Yeah.
And we have events that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if you have the money, if you've lost after,
Yeah.
after losing our kids.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love what. Yeah. Yeah.
After losing our kids.
Yeah.
Kids.
I don't love what happened to us, but
Absolutely not.
I love what happened afterwards, and of how it brought us together, how it's brought us to other people in the community, and given us the ability to give other people hope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah, what up, chat?
I just commend you on your bravery for coming here today and talking with me, because I know it's not easy, especially with a big date coming up. And so I just want you to remember you're not alone through that.
Thanks.
I'll be there for you, and I know your tribe will.
I do too, and I'm really grateful that I have my tribe.
What up, chat? We're filming a podcast, or editing a podcast right now. It's called Beyond the Darkness, and it is from a suicide awareness or suicide prevention awareness organization. Man, they have some really intense and deep conversations on here. I'd highly recommend Obviously, this episode's not out yet, but it's kind of a sneak preview if you're watching and you're listening. But you can go check out episodes 1 through 4 on all major platforms, including YouTube.
I'm grateful that I've allowed myself to become vulnerable enough to open up and say, "Hey, it's really a hard day."
Yeah.
But
Today
yeah,
sucks.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can y'all just sit here with me while I cry?
Yeah.
So,
It's important to have those people. So we got connected through the children's park, and something really special is I think that both of us have stones engraved with our kids' names in the
Mhm.
park.
yeah.
Um, it's a really special place. I have clean and ready.
I think so. Whenever Tanner passed one, because at the time there wasn't tons
Okay.
and tons.
We're clean and
I
ready.
think so. Whenever Tanner passed away, somebody that I know, because at the time there wasn't tons
Okay.
and tons, and I picked one that was kind of camouflagey. But I'm pretty sure that when we met, it was because of that stone.
Okay.
Saying that now,
Where's it at in the park?
by the xylophone.
Okay.
So there's a couple of other people that where that big rock is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other people that have stones there
What up, chat? How are y'all today?
that I know that are close to Tanner. And you're like, well, we normally don't let people pick. And I'm like, well, I'm not everybody. I want to
Don't-
pick. Normally don't let people pick. And I'm like, well, I'm not everybody. I want to
Don't-
pick. But
I don't
now,
work there
you know,
anymore. I'm not going to get in
no,
trouble.
now there's so many that you just don't, you can't. But
Yeah.
it is a very special place. And so many that you just don't, you can't. But
Yeah.
it is a very special place. And
Yeah.
I hang out there and be with a stone and
Yeah.
walk around and all of that.
It's really peaceful.
Very peaceful.
It's one of the first places we went when we moved to Tyler.
Oh, wow.
And Evie's stone is, if you
What
go
up, chat?
down past the xylophone down and over the bridge,
Mhm.
she's on that curve that goes towards the waterfalls
Oh,
under
wow.
a tree.
Yeah.
And my friend Monica, her daughter Kayla, is her stone's next to Evie's. She wanted to be next to Evie's, and they have the same middle name. It's just Grace.
Oh, wow.
So I have special memories with people with stones down there,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for that place exists to help people with child loss.
Because you came across a lot of people that were just lost when they came to you to get their stones or they needed information than I did when I was out there volunteering.
Yeah. I mean, volunteering is different than being there at that house every day
Mhm.
and having people walk in or planning an event. Just like here, it's just at the Evie Effect, it's a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
Yeah. And volunteering is like this small piece. When you're doing it like 8 hours a day, or let's be real, sometimes it's 80 hours a week.
Right.
It's different, and the phone calls you get.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Oh, all right, chat. That's gonna call it for this stream for now. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Appreciate anybody who's possibly still here hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys. And shout out to the Evie Effect. Shout out Beyond the Darkness podcast. I'll continue to be streaming this, and I might even hop back on again here in a little bit. But we'll take a little bit of a break, go walk around, stretch my legs, get some circulation going, and then I'll see you next time. So appreciate y'all very much, and see you next time. Peace out.